going on, guys? Welcome to the referee report for week 11 in the NFL. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jeff. This is Lock and Cash Sports. This is the video where I go through what I find to be the best referee situational edges for the week, each week in the NFL. I've got 3 games for you today that we're going to discuss. Last week's video, there were 3 games. They ended up going 2-1. The winners were the Giants, Panthers under with Sean Hockley. The Saints plus 3.5 at home against the Falcons with Carl Cheffers. They went outright. And then the loser was the Sean Smith road favorite, which was the 49ers laying the points. They win, but they don't cover against the Buccaneers. So 2-1 last week, 3-2 the week before that. So you kind of see what the vibe is with these referee trends. They're small little edges. They're not meant to be tailed blindly, but you should absolutely include them in your handicap. Every single NFL game that I've ever handicapped, I always look at who the referee is and how that's going to impact what happens on the field. So got 3 more games for you today. This referee report is brought to you by the Action Network. Links down in the description to download the Action Network app. That is where I post all of my free plays, guys. Yesterday, Eagles minus 3.5 was the play that I had posted on there. It was a 2-unit winner to get us started for the weekend. The day before that, I think Akron plus 15 is what I had. We cashed that. So I've been on a good run on the app. Make sure you download it. Other than just getting my free plays, you also have a lot of other handicappers free plays, and you have tons of great articles, info, betting systems, trends. I use the app every single day. I would not partner with an app or promote one if I didn't use it myself. I use it every day to handicap all the sports that I bet on. So links down in the description for the Action app. All right. First game that we're going to talk about this week, got a huge AFC North divisional battle between the Steelers and the Ravens. Baltimore's laying 3.5 in most spots. I think you can find some juice threes out there on the road. And Clay Martin is the referee. So what do you need to know about Clay Martin? He's a road teams referee. So road teams with Clay Martin, 57-39 against the spread. That's 59.4%. That gives you an ROI of nearly 15%. If you just tailed all road teams when Clay Martin's referee, you'd be up almost 15 units doing this. So this is a spot where I'd look to the Ravens. Now, I know what the narrative around this game is. It's going to be about the Steelers. It's going to be about AFC North divisional dogs, home divisional dogs. You're going to hear the stat about how John Harbaugh, when he's laying, I think it's -3 or more against the Steelers, he's 0-10 against the spread in his career. So all that's out there. But I'm telling you, if I've learned one thing about betting the NFL, is that when the noise gets too loud, you got to jump to the other side. You got to jump ship. So I love finding little sneaky systems and sneaky trends that you'll see me post on Shorts or like on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, and I love tailing those when no one else is really talking about them, and I ride them till the wheels fall off, and as soon as the noise gets too loud, I jump ship. So that's all you're going to hear about this weekend coming into this game, how great the Steelers look on offense, how great the defense is. But remember, the defense has not gone up against a team that is nearly as potent as this Baltimore Ravens offense is. This is the best offense in the NFL. They can beat you in every single way. Lamar's playing at an MVP level. I think they're going to put up a lot of points in this game. Now, on the other side, I know the Ravens' pass defense is a problem, but I think they've got issues that you can fix. They're fixable issues in that secondary. They've got to generate a little bit of pressure, obviously, but they're good against the run. That's going to limit Najee Harris. I could see Russell Wilson and the Steelers having to play from behind this one. So the reason why I wanted to highlight this game with Clay Martin is because I also lean to the side. So I don't want to give you guys nonsensical referee trends that I don't agree with or I think have a negative EV on their side. I think this is actually a solid look to the Ravens in this spot. So I lean Baltimore, and so does Clay Martin. So Clay Martin road teams looking at the Ravens in that game. All right, the second one we're going to look at is Alex Kemp. Alex Kemp has the game between the Browns and the Saints. This is a game that I'm actually involved in on the side with our subscribers, and he's an overs referee. So Alex Kemp overs. We've talked about him before on this, I believe. 32, 19, and 2 now to the over. That's 63%. The number right now for this game, let me check again, but the last I checked, it was 44.5. Let's see where it's sitting now. But I think you can make a case for this over even without looking at Alex Kemp being the referee for a couple of reasons. Yeah, you've got a 44 out there too. So the Browns are coming out of their bye week, and I think the big matchup in this game is going to be their rushing. So specifically Nick Chubb against this bad Saints defense. I mean, this defense is bad. Looking at the game last week with the Falcons, it was, first of all, it was a miracle that they won that game, but it was also a miracle that that game stayed under. Aside from a few deep balls that Derek Carr threw, the Saints didn't have much going, man. The defense got lucky with the Falcons making mistakes here and there. The Falcons moved the ball all over them, just could not finish, could not execute. an overall flat spot for Atlanta. I think, you knew that was coming with the coaching edge, the Falcons on the road in a divisional game. It was all there. It all lined up very well for that spot. But generally speaking, this is a bad team, and I think the Saints are going to allow points in this game. Winston going up against his old team. Cleveland rested out of the bye. The defense is healthy. The offense has gotten healthy now. Chubb's going to, I think, have a big game running the ball. And on the other side, you know what Carr's going to do. I mean, the Browns are going to do a good job getting pressure, probably, definitely more so than the Falcons did. But Carr's going to take his shots, and all you need is one or two of those to land. So I can make a case for this over even without looking at Alex Kemp. But the way his crew calls games is beneficial to offenses and for points being scored. So take a look at the over 44 between the Browns and the Saints. That's a 63% spot for Alex Kemp. All right, the last game we're going to look at, John Hussey. You probably heard me talk before about Hussey home teams if you follow me on any social platforms. He's got the game between the Raiders and the Dolphins, so we'll talk about this. Hussey home teams against the spread are 82 and 59, 82, 59, and 3. So that's 58%. But here's the stronger angle I want you guys to look at. I mean, that's a good case for the Dolphins minus 7.5, but I don't love the number. Hussey home teams on the money line, though, 95 and 49. That's 66% on the money line. And I had a sub when I talked about this before ask me, or not a sub, a viewer asked me, hey, the Hussey home teams, like money line thing, is that just because he just happens to have a lot of games where the home team is a big favorite? And that's a great question, right? Because that would make sense. If it's like, hey, this referee, the home team always wins when he's the referee. Well, does he constantly have lopsided games where the home team is just a big favorite? It's actually not the case. Lots of underdogs winning outright under Hussey home teams on the money line, which is why even though it's 66% of the money line, it's up over 22 units because there's a lot of plus money dogs that went outright with him. Now, obviously Miami's a favorite, but I'm just highlighting the fact that this is not a fluky, like kind of fluff trend where I'm giving you guys just big favorites are lumped into this number. It's not like last year, for example. Remember that game last year where the 49ers went into Cleveland? They were laying 9 points. They lose the game on the field goal at the end. That broke their, so that was a Cleveland Browns money line was a huge number. That was a Hussey game. So he's got a lot of these big dogs winning outright. Now for this game, I like Miami, but the number, like I said, 7.5 or 7 is a little bit tricky. Vegas is coming out of their bye week. I like Miami in teasers, but I also think this is a very safe money line parlay leg. You want to combine it with something like Houston. That's something that I might be interested in doing. Maybe the Dolphins, Texans money line parlay, which gets the juice down considerably because I think they both have pretty big edges in these games. And you saw the Dolphins defense had a really good game on Monday Night Football against the Rams. The offense is looking a little bit better. So the Dolphins are kind of this team that everyone's kind of forgotten about, but these middle-of-the-road teams that dealt with a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season, towards the end of the season, sometimes they really pick it up. And I could see the Dolphins this is one of their last weeks where they could potentially start a run. So against a weaker opponent, I really think Miami's safe in moneyline parlays and in teasers. So look to that, and it just helps that you have Hussey as the Hussey home teams as the referee. So quick recap of the 3 best referee trends that I found this week. Clay Martin, road favorites road teams for the Baltimore Ravens. The over with Alex Kemp on the Brown Saints, and the Miami Dolphins at home for Hussey home teams. All right, guys, let me know down in the comments if you're going to be tailing these plays. Drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I got more content coming this weekend, and I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Let's get it.